Omicron, the last worrying corona strain, according to the World Health Organization, has now become the most important and common strain of the coronavirus in many countries around the world. But how is the mutant version of the virus different from previous types? Is this, as some say, the beginning of the end of the corona's pandemic? Is it the last cruelty of corona? Can the human race be saved from the corona? We explore these questions in Imagine. The coronavirus enters the cells of the body with the help protein called spike and causes COVID-19 disease. About 30 or more changes in the spike protein of the Omicron type have been identified, which is twice as many as Delta type mutations. At least 3 Omicron type mutations help the virus escape detection by immunoantibodies. Another mutation appears to increase its ability to enter human cells and cause more transmissions. Recent data from United Kingdom on the Omicron corona symptoms show that loss of sense of smell or taste with Omicron is about 80% less common than with Delta. However, sore throats are almost 8 times more common in Omicron cases than in Deltas. 2 years have passed since the outbreak of corona, a virus without borders, and 1,000 faces that has tens of thousands of mutations so far, as some of its strains have become global. But is Omicron end of the corona? Omicron, the most contagious branch of the corona evolutionary tree, has unique characteristics that distinguish it from other previous strains. From the severity of its transmission to pathogenesis and the difference in symptoms and how to diagnose the disease. The aspect that showed, according to the statistics of referrals, is not kind to children and accounts for 20% of the decline. According to experts, when the current wave of the Omicron species spread the coronavirus across Europe and then calmed down, researchers have stated that it is not possible to say for sure that COVID-19 will enter a native period because the coronavirus and its new species have surprised us many times, and we must be very careful in regard. Because the incidence of coronavirus disease of the Omicron species is lower than that of the Delta species, the Omicron's COVID-19 disease is becoming a controllable disease, such as seasonal flu. Christopher Murray, director of the U.S. Institute for Health Assessment and Evaluation, said that by March 2022, a large portion of the world's population will be infected with the Omicron variant. Due to the previous infection, the level of global immunity against corona will be its highest for a while. And for weeks and months, the world should expect a small amount of virus transmission. He says that after the Omicron wave, the corona will return, but the pandemic will not return. However, Dr. Fauci, a senior White House science and advisor, says it is too early to answer the question of whether Omicron means a change in the corona epidemic and the seasonal coronary heart disease. The fact that coronavirus mutations appears to be able to escape some of the immune responses from previous vaccines and previous infection makes it difficult to achieve collective safety. He said vaccines for one type of virus are not the best way to fight the disease, and the vaccine is needed to work against all types of mutations. We should not enter the cycle of developing a specific vaccine for each new type. But we are near to the end of it.